your name, Road.
It's roadblockradio.com. Hey! CBS FM 101.1 HD3.
Pretty lady, my baby. Coming on this country. Well, anyhow, you make a feel butterflies. I'm gonna love you for life. No doubt. I see potential in your eyes. I wanna love you for life. No doubt. Anyhow, you make a feel butterflies. We'll love you for life. I see potential in your eyes. Let me love you for life. No doubt. Listen, tell me this, girl. How your skin a glow, so you super califragilisticexpialidocious. Well, if there's a crush, then your body get flush. Very curiosity, me want feel your touch. Love you with passion, girl, you're so curvaceous. Tell you I'm attracted, clearly it's obvious. Unconnaissance and humor, but never ridiculous. Give me that love with a sense of purpose. Anyhow, you make a feel butterfly, I'm gonna love you tonight.
This is the way we captivate your afternoon here live on Roadblock Radio.
Let me love you for life.
And so the wait is long overdue. We've been telling you from 12 noon this afternoon that Buju Banton, the Gargamel, Mr. Mark Myrie, if you please, will be joining us live here on Roadblock Radio at 3:35. And my goodness, as I glance on the clock, it tells me that we're in time in. Let me welcome Mr. Gargamel. Welcome, Buju Banton.
Enough respect, Roadblock Radio. Enough respect, Road Boy. Enough respect to all the good people listening and tuning into Roadblock Radio at this time.
Yes.
This is Buju Banton.
Buju Banton live and in living colors. So let's kick this off. Buju, congratulations on the release of Too Bad, the album. After more than 3 decades of shaping reggae music and dancehall, what message or feeling do you hope your listeners will take away from a new chapter of your musical journey?
This is one filled with entertainment. This is one filled with musical renaissance moments where one can listen to the music and remember a time when the music speaks to us and all we wanted to do was just dance. Forget our troubles for a moment, and dance. That's something for everyone. Too Bad possesses 12 tracks that aims to uplift 13 rather and stimulate the mind. And there are tracks there for the ladies, which I think have been totally abandoned in a certain kind of way. And there are tracks there for upliftment, and there are tracks there to show love in a different kind of way. So let us tune in and see what it brings.
So this album then, it comprises of different emotions, different feeling, different touch.
Different melodies, different rhythm compositions. It's a total body of work.
Right. So you're quoted as saying, you said this album is dedicated to reinforcing dancehall to a new generation.
Yes.
What would inspire that decision, and how you plan to balance and honor the roots while pushing the music forward?
The decision is evident, where you see that we are now facing a thing called evolution, and with that we lose a lot of things. Modernization, you gotta throw away some things and accept new things, as them say, right?
Yeah.
But I personally believe that our music has not reached the apex in its natural form for us to throw anything away and adapt in a new form of cadence or form of delivery. However, that being said, we cannot knock anyone for being creative in their own right. But there's a culture that does not need to be reinvented. It needs to be embraced, and creativity needs to be poured into it for it to be enhanced and accepted in its pure form, because that's the way it was introduced to the masses, with drums, bass, rhythm that make you move. So therefore, I don't think the youths who born in the year 2000 and beyond have an experience of what a true dancehall is like. We were passing a microphone and the man playing the A side and playing the B side. They never get to see or experience that aspect of dancehall, and that's what Too Bad aims to capture. Even if you look at the artwork, it is reminiscent of a time when that was the posters and the advertising that would be done to highlight an event that was on the horizon. So all this whole album encapsulate that era, reminiscent of that time when the music spoke to us and we didn't have those fancy stuff like you have, but we had real turntables.
Yeah. I know you started out from the the sound system era. A lot of people probably didn't know that.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Tell us
Yes, I
about the
did.
journey. Tell us about the journey there, because you are a young lad in the business, trying to make a name for yourself. How did the journey leading up to this point in your life?
I used to work on a sound system called Rambo International, and I also used to work on Sweet Love, which was owned by a very popular entertainer named Flower Gone. No, it was me, Terry Ganzi, Ricky General, and sometimes Fragga Ranks as young youths who used to be on both songs. We used to work the song from Thursday night until Sunday night. And it helped you to be extremely creative because you cannot go to every event with the same compositions.
Yeah.
And you have to be versatile enough to write the versions. You cannot dictate to the guy who's in the music what version you want to sing on. It didn't go like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you get a huge spectrum of understandings concerning the different variation of rhythms and the keys and how you should approach it. So it is integral. That's one of the things that is missing now, where young men, the craft is not honed properly and they're not getting that exposure before they hit the big stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it helps. So that was my journey coming forward, and from there I ventured into the recording studio, which I was introduced to by Clement Irie, 1986. I recorded a song from Robert French on the France label. Then I went on to move with the Techniques recording crew, which was Mr. Winston Riley and Kurt Riley and the whole Techniques family. Then I eventually ended up at Pentos, but in between that I recorded songs for various producers, Red Dragon, to name a few, Colin Bulby, Yark, Bonnie Lee, Striker Lee, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had to be doing this thing, and then in those days, every night there was a different dance in a different local, from Woodford Park to House of Leo to my father's place to, you know what I mean? So you have to be a dancer venues.
So that era and that help you to transition to being a superstar. Buju Banton. We talk about filling out arenas, big tour, several albums, several singles. That's a tremendous achievement, would you say?
Well, the journey encompasses the achievement. You know what I mean? There's no achievement without that journey. You cannot reap if you don't sow. And my journey has never been one of smoothness. It has always been tumultuous. And the people, I must say, have been the guiding force and the strength that has helped us to stay grounded, because their love is immeasurable. And that's why we're here today, because of that love.
And I mean, this brings you to a tour, Roots and Rhyme tour. So the Roots and Room tour with Stephen Marley brings together, two legendary Jamaican musical families. What has this collaboration meant to you personally? And what can your fans expect that they've never experienced before?
This is something that's very much needed in the reggae music community and in the global reggae community. Very much needed. It is a coming together of three different genres of music. You have Graham Smargan, who giving you a smoother ballad to the reggae. Stephen Marley coming with that revolutionary sound with the reggae. And Buju Banton coming with that dynamics what I add to the reggae. So when you come to this concert, Roots and Rhymes, you're treated with a variation of musical cadence that your heart is just warm. You know what I mean? And reggae music, real authentic reggae music lovers knows what it means and what it feels like to be in the presence of good music. And we just want to share that and spread that with wherever we go, because reggae music is not something that's fleeting. It's here forever.
I second that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us here on Roadblock Radio, we are talking to Buju Banton, Mr. Gargamel, Mark Myrie, if you please. And of course, he's joining us here live on Roadblock Radio to talk about his journey, his album, his tour. I mean, next Saturday, you'll perform at the UBS Arena in Belmont, New York. a market
Yes.
with one of the largest Caribbean communities in North America.